A remedy for these institutions, schools that had loans and they failed to come. Now, their interest is being capitalized on the principal. However, the Minister of Finance is ever singing, shouting out that people should sell their property.
Owar has explained to the members of parliament that the loan portfolio for private schools was around 2 trillion shillings, and of these 557 billion was borrowed to schools, 594 billion shillings to teachers, 600 billion shillings was given to commercial buildings like hostels, and 126 billion is the accrued interest from the loans.
We've accrued for both institutions and the individual borrowers about 126 billion. Now part of the loan exposure, which has to be paid back. I've proposed an education sector recovery fund, which is longer term. Commercial banks by nature lend short term because we use depositors' money.
However much they overcharge, but just know they have suffered a lot for the past 2 years. Business is down, so when someone is crying out for you that please help me out, you can as well, actually you can put restrictions, but still there must be a fund to bail out private schools.
Wilbrod has also informed the committee that as the association, they have decided to set up a number of measures in order to help the private schools, including waive of early repayment fee clauses, any penalty in their loan clauses, no further accruing interest on unpaid loan, among others, for the next 12 months, and urged other institutions to play a part in helping private schools recover.
The burden of non-performing loans and COVID is not only for financial institutions. We cannot carry the entire cost of non-performing loans because of COVID. It is too much and unfair. Okay? Let me be very categorical on that. It is not financial institutions that created COVID. So what we've proposed, here are some solutions at a broader level. Here are also specific reliefs we are giving educational institutions as financial institutions. Let government also make its part and contribute.
He also said that they do not support Minister Matia Kasaija's statement advising schools to sell their school properties and repay loans, saying that selling schools is not a solution.
All of World Bank, the IMF, and other international institutions, for perhaps even lesser priorities, by the way. We think that this can be done, and the merits of the proposal need to be looked at in their own merit.
The Minister of Finance is ever singing, shouting out that people should sell their property. Yet there is a remedy because the Ministry of Finance, schools give them interest. They're helping this country. They would have saved them from this problem had they met with these people. Because banks are making business. They have looked for all options to get back their money, and if they fail, they will definitely sell off the schools. But the cause of sale of schools, schools of private schools, it's because of Ministry of Finance and Education failing to see it.
He now says that in order to help private institutions kickstart in January, he wants the government to set up an education sector recovery fund where schools will require 8 to 15 years to repay back this money.
Must be, and they have the money. They are wasting a lot of money on useless expenditures. How would you give my good musician 600 million vehicle? You give people money. Everybody is going to Guru to meet Salim Saleh, and you fail to put this money to solve problems of schools with the loans, because the schools we are paying before the lockdown. It's because of them not.
In case they do not avail that fund, very many private schools are going to close. It is evident even in my constituency, whenever you pass, someone who had a nursery school, someone who had a secondary school, he or she is like, in case they don't give us a fund, whether it be for borrowing money, we are closing. So they are just waiting for the statement by the government.